Happy Thanksgiving and season's greetings from all of us here at Great Falls, Montana Tourism. We are enjoying our wonderful community and spending time with our families over this long holiday weekend. We're grateful for you, our listeners, and everyone who chooses to spend time here in Montana's best damn town, Great Falls. We thought with Thanksgiving now in the rearview mirror and Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and the entire holiday shopping season ahead, it'd be a perfect time to revisit our shopping episodes. Originally 2 episodes, because we had so much to say, we've combined them into one supersized episode for you to enjoy while you're traveling over the Thanksgiving weekend. We do have some great new episodes coming your way soon, including a taste test with Mighty Merle Brewing Company and an inside look at a new exhibit at Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art, and so much more. For now, though, sit back, relax, and enjoy this shopping-focused throwback episode as we head into the holiday season.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth,
and we're no damn experts.
That sounded less enthused from both of us than normal.
We apologize.
Yeah.
I am excited about the topic today.
Yeah. This is
and
a good
we've
one.
not covered this.
Okay.
Which is insane.
Right.
Based on how much money I spend in some of these locations.
I was curious when you proposed this as the topic. I was like, ooh, I wonder if she's going to dive into some of her favorite locales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking about shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our Canadian friends, we know, love to come down to Great Falls and do shopping.
Yeah. We've seen an influx in the last month of that for sure.
My mom is heading out on a road trip today. She's got everything but her clothes packed. And I said, hey,
okay,
at least you can buy those along the way.
That's true. That's true.
She has her snacks packed.
Okay.
You can buy those along the way too. But what's more fun than stopping in another location just to see what they've got?
Right. It is interesting, too, to see the differences depending on where our visitors are from and what they're interested in. Because a lot of our Canadian visitors are more interested in our like big box chain stores that they don't have.
I don't know if I've ever shared this on the podcast, but years ago, we were up at the Calgary Women's Show. Mm-hmm. Telling them all about the fantastic things about Great Falls. And this lady stopped. She's like, we love coming to Great Falls. And starts laughing. And she's with a group of her friends. And they're like, don't say it. Don't say it. I'm like, nah, you got to tell me what's going on. And so she's like, we love coming down there and getting the KFC and going to shop at the Ross. And I was like, hey,
okay, if that gets you here. Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat. I don't care.
That's funny.
KFC. It's so much fun to hear how other people explore our community, which I would have never connected the dots for those two things. But
the question, it's the Canadians who want to go to Ross.
Now, on the reverse, their Dollar Tree, their Dollarama up in Canada.
It's called Dollarama there?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got some amazing... I'm a sucker for paper. So you're going to learn more about me.
Like just regular lined paper or like nice letter writing paper?
All of it.
All the paper.
Notepads. 3-ring binders.
I know what
you can
to get
put
you for a
paper
gift.
in. Spiral notebooks. Any kind of paper product.
You're all about.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Calendars. Paper calendars. I love paper. And
you missed your calling. I feel like Dunder Mifflin should have been where you worked. My goodness, your love for paper.
I don't know if I could sell copy paper all day, but
fair.
Like fancy stationery or any kind of cute paper, to-do list paper. I love it.
Okay.
And they've got some quality options up at the Dollarama.
Wow.
So much so I almost told my mom, I said, we need to start a scheme where we come up here and buy all this and bring it back down to the States and then resell it for $10. She's like, I cannot be a part of that.
It's not a bad idea, though.
It isn't.
No.
And I did realize she was not prepared for this life of crime with me. She actually bought something up in Canada and she was worried about coming across the border. I'm like, don't worry about it. They're not even going to notice. They're not even going to care.
Yeah.
They aren't going to pay attention. And so when we crossed and she didn't get questioned about anything, she's like, oh, I'm like, well, that's our border.
See, we can smuggle in all the paper we want.
Now I'm going to be on some list. And I'm sorry, Mom, you're never going to
cross
be
the
able
border
to go
with
to
you.
Canada
You're going to have
anymore.
to go like way further east to try to get up north.
But all that to say, I do love shopping.
Yeah.
And I love shopping in random locations for weird things. So if you're like me, which I think some people are, this entire episode is about shopping.
Yes.
Shopping in Great Falls.
Shopaholic, not anonymous.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm going to spill every weird secret about shopping in this town that
Well,
I
good.
have.
Maybe you'll teach me some things too. I mean, I enjoy shopping here. My favorite thing, I like to go to the local places when I travel, right? So whether that's restaurants, the shops, unless I mean, obviously we're a smaller community, so there's some big box maybe that we don't have that I want to go to another place.
Agree. Completely agree.
Right.
And from a chick who grew up in a town of, grew up a half hour from a town of 5. For me,
Very
when I was
remote.
younger, getting an opportunity, and I did it, and it's stupid, but when I left and went to college, I would go get a Subway sandwich and then drive a little bit further and get fries from McDonald's.
Just because you could?
Because I freaking could. And those I get highlights. But when you're from a town, when you are from outside of a town of 5,
right.
big box,
Fast
certain
food
big
becomes
stocks, kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
we get that.
Right.
We're not saying that that's bad.
Go to town. Have fun at Ross. We're
do
glad
whatever
you're here
you
for
want.
It. Yeah.
We're just going to uncover a few more gems that
Yes.
maybe you didn't know about and share why we think they're cool.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to kick us off with
I'm
some
going to
of yours?
kick us off with, well, kind of the crown jewel. And I'm going to start by saying my experience is based a lot on the fact that I know who owns the stores.
Sure. Yeah.
Which we've done a pretty good job of showcasing who those people are. And it is really fun when you get to know that this is how people make a living and how much passion they have for their store.
Yeah.
You know the people who are buying the inventory. So I'm going to start with Allison. At Montana's largest specialty dry goods store, Dragonfly Dry Goods, who not only has a phenomenal store, but also was one of the people who spearheaded the VIP alley party during Arts Fest Montana.
Oh, okay.
Where the mural artists paint with their spray cans onto canvas and have that art auctioned off.
Which you get really excited about. I'm hoping to be able to go to it this next year.
Oh, Shannon.
It sounds so fun.
It is so fun, and who would have ever thought a party in an alley would have been awesome.
Cans. Yeah.
Now the other thing, before I jump into the shopping, because Allison is just truly a giver of her time. She serves on board. She does a lot of good work, but then she also for the 4th of July Hootenanny, which is coming up, and I may have bragged quite a bit about this, but with the VIP tickets that you can only get if you're a sponsor or if you enter our contest.
Yes.
With that comes the ability to go into an actual flushable toilet. And it is because of Allison's generosity that that toilet is available. And the food that you get, see how primary, secondary things become? You get a whole free food buffet as part of that, because where that's all set up is in proximity to her building.
It's right next to it. Yeah. So get the VIP tickets.
Right. So
and
now,
thank you, Allison, for donating toilets.
Here's the big thing. You're going to go, how the heck do I get the opportunity of these VIP tickets?
Right.
Because it's a free concert. Morgan Evans.
Yes.
Free concert downtown, 4th of July. You're going to have to email us and we'll tell you.
Ooh,
And that's how we know you're listening.
I like that.
Yeah.
See how far people actually make it into these episodes.
What's the email? information@visitgreatfalls.org.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us you want access to VIP.
That's it.
You want a shot at the VIP toilet. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Like, I want the actual bathroom. That's all I'm looking for.
It is such a sweet feature.
Well, when it's hot and everyone's outside and going in not actual toilets.
So that tells you a little bit about the proprietor and Allison's generosity.
Yes.
But that store, let me start with the shoes.
Okay. Yes.
Such a fantastic variety of high quality shoes, sandals, boots, sneakers, heels, Birkenstocks, like the brands that you
Clarks.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
The brands that you know and love are there. And she has everything that goes with it. You need a dress for a cruise? Yeah.
Got it.
You show up here for a wedding and something happens to the dress. Oh, you find out your cousin's going to look hotter than you are?
Like, need
Boom.
something different?
Dragonfly Dry Goods. She's got those dresses. She's got casual workwear. She's got coats. She's got jewelry.
There's a whole kids section too.
Kids section, home
Babies.
goods, woodwick candles and fun, unique stickers and
Stuff for the kitchen, like
tea
signs,
towels
stuff
that
like
are
that. Yeah.
little sassy.
Wine-inspired things.
Yeah. There's men's clothing. Yes, there's men's clothing. There's pillows. There's jewelry. There's made in Montana products.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite sections. And I go to that. I take people there, or especially around holidays, I go there because they have that. She has that great other room that's all Great Falls and Montana merchandise.
Now, folks, I'm going to say it.
Oh.
If you want your Get Lost stickers,
Oh.
your Get Lost in Montana stickers, which I'm not a fan of, but a lot of reasons.
That's a whole other.
I'm not going to berate you for wanting them. Just know I'm not enthusiastic about them. But they have a similar sticker down at Dragonfly Dry Goods that you can get.
It's an older slogan, too, right?
It's like 9 campaigns ago that the
Yeah.
state of Montana had that as their campaign.
Yeah.
And I do love what the state does for marketing Montana. But goodness, get a Great Falls sticker.
Yes.
Don't clomb onto a 9-year-old marketing campaign. That's like, this is not a good example, but still wanting a Spuds McKinsey t-shirt. Although they were probably really cool. And if you went to a vintage store, you could find one.
There you go.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. But besides the stickers, she does have actual Great Falls things,
Yes,
not just
Great
Montana
Falls
things there.
sweatshirts, Great Falls t-shirts, Great Falls stickers. Man, Montana is the 4th largest state in the nation. 4th largest state in the nation. Drill down, people. Find something about where you were in Montana because you weren't in the whole state.
Array of yeah.
Great Falls, Montana.
Glasgow is not the same as Kalispell.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, go to both.
Right.
I mean, come here first, obviously.
Tell us why there's a difference.
Right. Huge difference in so many ways. Yeah.
Do you shop?
I totally forgot what I was just going to say.
So oftentimes I'll end up at Dragonfly for a visit with Allison and end up leaving with a
handful of stuff.
Bathrobe that is so luxurious and amazing.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
Satin on the inside and then like I'm going to call it velvet, but it's not velvet on the outside. Mocha brown. Stunning.
That sounds really nice.
Not saying you'll end up with that, but
that's what you walked away with. I've gone there when I'm looking for dresses for events or like emceeing or wedding or stuff like that. She has a variety of those.
She's got some great I'm in a sweater phase now.
Okay. You do know we're going into the warm months.
100% agree. Also, you should know I am hot every day of the year.
It's kind of a battle in our, not a battle in our
It's
office,
pretty much
but
a battle.
she's always warm. Callie's always cold. Depends on the day for me.
You've been bundled up in a blanket for
I
the
did
last
have my
3
blanket.
days.
Well, I have a skirt on and I had a dress on the other day, so like my legs were a little chilly. So yeah.
I think that's something that happens all over every office complex.
This is true.
But she's got some amazing sweaters recently that I've just fallen in love with. And they're different cuts and they're flattering. And the other thing that I love about pretty much everyone I'm going to talk about for shopping is about kind of that attention to detail and that ability to service. Because when you walk in, they know what's going to look good on your body. They know what colors are going to be great. They're going to know if the sizes run big or small for that brand, which can I just say is the most infuriating thing
About
on planet
women's
Earth.
clothing.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. For the size that you could be in any given brand ranges, I don't know, at least 6 sizes.
Easily.
In one way or the other. Well, and then dress sizes. That's a whole other thing. And
Trying
don't
to find
even
something
start
that
me on
fits on
swimsuits.
something fits on top, it doesn't fit on the bottom, and
Yep.
it is utter chaos to be female.
Yes. And the dress, literally, massive, like, just don't trust the sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not important what the tag
No,
says.
it's really not. Just find something that you feel good in.
Right.
That's the point.
and most of these people are going to help us with that.
Yeah.
So that is what is amazing. The coolest thing that I had bought from Allison's Place most recently is a wooden sign that has the state of Montana cut out inside of it.
Yeah.
And then it comes with a heart that you can put on any part of the state that you want. And I got that as a gift for someone because that's my kind of go-to wedding gift.
Oh, nice.
Put that together with a Miss and Mrs. and Mr. coffee cup.
Nice.
With a bottle of Orphan Girl.
Oh, tell people what Orphan Girl is.
It's a creamed bourbon that's made here in Montana.
Yes. It's a favorite among Montanans.
Oh, my goodness. So, and it's just a really nice.
That's a great gift idea.
Yeah.
I might have to steal that for next wedding.
The secret to my marriage is good liquor.
His Orphan Girl. Here's how you keep it going.
Which, a lot of great liquor related gifts as well. Like at N Bar, which is a restaurant, but you can go shopping there. They've got their own merchandise. But during winter, they had some decanters on sale that I just thought were stunning.
Yeah.
And then you could get them with Montana liquors. Nice. So I'm just going to make that little plug.
That's fun.
As we were talking about that.
Since we're talking about alcohol, I have to tell you about a funny comment that we got on our YouTube page this week. I posted our Eventory video. It's Craft Beer Week when we're recording this. And so I highlighted the Eventory video that I do. It's meant to talk about events coming up that week and a little bit beyond. So I talked about Craft Beer Week because it's Craft Beer Week. And the comment was, well, the only thing there must be to do there is drink. I was like, okay, well, let me... So I was like, no, there's actually a lot more. And this video is intended to talk about things going on this week. And Craft Beer Week is happening this week. So that's what we're talking about. So just so everyone knows, even though we are now talking about alcohol again, there is a lot more to do, as we're showing you in Great Falls, than drink. But we do well at our alcohol-related events, such as Mimosa Showdown and Craft Beer Week. Yeah.
So Allison has a lot of wine-related stuff.
Yes.
So that makes it fun. Wrapping up that portion, she also carries that brand Brighton. And they've got bags and really great jewelry.
There's a whole jewelry case.
I love that stuff. She's got some made in Montana artists that she features. She's got great handbags. My current handbag is from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job. Way to support local.
It's kind of hard not to.
It's true when there's all those great options.
And they're like, oh, here. You don't even really have to shop.
They just bring
I
you
shouldn't
things?
say you. I don't really have
You're
to
a
shop.
regular. Mhm.
Like they just like, hey, did you see this? Oh yeah, I want that.
I do love that.
It's so fun. And what I love about that store
Mhm.
and many of the others that I frequent in town is when you walk in, you can just have that little sigh of relief
Mm-hmm.
and your shoulders drop and you're in an environment that is creative and shifts whatever's happening.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked a few blocks down from there on the 300 block
Mm-hmm.
of Central, oftentimes I'd like get stuck on a project and I'm like, oh, I gotta take a break. And I would walk down to the Dragonfly
Yeah.
just to do a few laps through the store
Mm-hmm.
to get my mind reset.
Yeah. There's something to that. There really is.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that says something about the space, how it makes you feel, how it clears your head.
Oh, and I love it.
They also have in the very back a little room, like a discount clearance room. That's fun to explore too.
So if you're a sale shopper,
Mm-hmm.
that is a really sweet little room.
Mm-hmm.
But also know, Allison's smart. You may be beelining it for that back room, but you're missing some deals up front.
It's
too.
in the back of the store for a reason because there's good stuff you have
But
to go by.
She'll put racks, like clearance racks, throughout the middle of the store. So if you're just looping around to the right,
You're gonna
which
miss
is
it.
mostly what happens when somebody walks into a store, they head right and you're going to head back. You're missing an opportunity in the center part, which is where I found most of my good deals.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, just an insider
Yeah.
tip.
Yeah. So do you want to stay downtown?
Sure.
Okay. What's next on your favorites list?
Well, I'm going to go from one extreme to the next.
Okay.
Bighorn Outdoor Specialists.
Okay. I'm waiting for the one that I'm sure you're going to bring up.
Yeah, it's coming,
okay.
I'm sure. Bighorn Outdoor Specialists is really an scratch the bighorn part and everything is said in the rest of the name.
Outdoor specialist.
Outdoor Specialists. We've had Beth on the podcast. Their team actually helped us with the day hike information in our visitor magazine. But talk about being on trend with every outdoor tool you need.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a great backpacking backpack.
Okay.
So one that you load up and you can go into the wilderness for 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Oh, wow.
whatever it
Okay.
takes. I love that pack. What I don't have is a small day pack.
Oh.
So like if I'm just
need
going to
the
go
in-between.
and do sluice boxes for a day or I'm going to head out to Gibson Reservoir for a quick day hike, I don't have just a day pack. And I'm not talking about just like a place to hold your liquid.
Right.
Because as we know, anytime you go out, you should have some basic things in case your plan doesn't go according to the way you thought it was going to.
Exactly.
And you end up needing to be out in the wilderness. You're going to have some key essentials.
Layers, snacks,
Things like
bear
that.
spray, sunscreen.
So I needed a new day pack because the one I was using was not good. And
Okay.
it was my husband's camo backpack and it was just not conducive.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm done trying to be a homeless person with this. I'm going to get a good pack.
Yeah.
So I go and their staff. So this isn't even about Beth or Chris, although I've got stories about them as well. I go in and their staff's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, well, I had just recently been on a trip and we were at this unique outdoor store. This is so characteristic of me. So I hate even telling this story
Uh-oh.
because I don't want people to do this. But
Okay, so disclaimer, don't do this.
don't do this. I was at an outdoor store in Utah, saw these really great packs that I'd never seen before, noticed the brand, knew Bighorn carried it, went home to buy it.
That's good.
What's
the bad part?
Well, if you're a tourist, I want you to buy it.
Oh, okay. Buy it here.
I want you to buy it here.
Buy it at Bighorn.
But the reason why, this is kind of the important part, which falls into that, there was nobody to help me. And so
at the big store that you're
Right.
at. Yeah.
Well, and it wasn't a big store. It was a local store,
Okay.
but there was nobody there to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I was there, I'm looking at them and I'm like, these are kind of cool. And I put one on and I wasn't sure about the fit and I wasn't sure about where it should be. And I wasn't sure about a few things.
Yeah.
But the only person I had to talk to about it was Robert. I love him, but he is not a source of expertise for this.
No.
So I'm like, well, I know the people in Bighorn are going to know. And so I went and I'm like, hey. And they're like, yeah, grabs the pack. Like, doesn't say anything other than, yeah, this is, I said, I'm looking for a great day pack. And he looks at me, he sizes me up, grabs a pack. He's like, put this on. Let's see. So I put it on. It was the brand.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is perfect. I said, but my question is, where should it fit? And how, what am I looking at from a fit for this pack?
Yeah.
He cinched me. He moved me. He plugged me.
Yeah.
And it was perfect and beautiful. Nice. And I said, thank you.
And so you go out and you have a good experience then with that
Yes.
pack too.
So great pack. It stores my day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely amazing. I love it. It has a hydration pack in it, the water bladder.
Yeah.
Which obviously my backpacking pack doesn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I love my day pack.
Nice.
And then, you know, most recent purchase from there was socks for the family
Nice.
for Christmas.
Yep.
They've got Smart Wool. They've got
I
Darn
love
Tough.
those socks.
They've got casual socks. They've got fun socks.
Mm-hmm.
They've got dance goes. They've got Hokas. They've got the newest thing I've seen them doing, which I'm so proud of, is inclusive sizing. So
Yeah.
more good cuts for women that aren't models.
Right. Which is the majority
And
of
men
us.
too,
Right.
but I'm
But
a woman.
We're talking
so.
about the issues of women's sizing in general. Yeah.
They've got great casual wear. They've got good gear for backpacking. They've
Yes.
got bicycle stuffs. They've got trail maps. They've got advice. They've got
They have fun stuff too for dogs to take your dogs out camping and backpacking and
yes.
things like that. They have these they're like collapsible water bowl. I use it for my dog. Now that I think about it, I don't think this is intended for a dog bowl, but this is what I use it for. And they have them at Bighorn. Is they're bowls that the bottom you can actually use as like a cutting board if you need it, and it squishes down so it's essentially flat. But then it pops open, and that's like Watson's travel water bowl. But they have a variety of sizes that are for camping, so it fits nicely into your packs. But they also have legit dog, like they have life vests for dogs. They have the packs for dogs there as well.
This is what I'll tell you. I, in my mind, believe I'm not much older than 25.
You believe you're older than 25?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like in my mind,
You're
I'm still
25.
very young.
Yeah, sure.
And then I see the color of my hair in the mirror and I'm like, I don't know where that came from.
That's weird. This 25-year-old has that.
So I still act a lot like I'm not an adult. But when I look back, my aunt, who was an avid backpacker, and I'm sure she started like in the 70s or 80s doing backpacking trips, big, massive backpacking trips. She's had the gear.
Oh, it lasts.
But here's the thing about that. It's 70s and 80s technology. And so when I started going out in the wilderness, my aunt was my guide for that. And she got me my first sleeping bag. She got me, I used one of her first packs, which was outside. I mean, just the technology that's changed, but it's a metal outside frame pack. I don't even know if you could buy one in a store anymore.
Yeah.
And then all your cooking gear, all kind of that older technology, because she bought it for me new when I graduated from high school.
Okay.
Which was some years ago now.
You know, just less than 10. I mean, only like 5 years ago.
Let's
If you're 25.
20 plus years now. But things have evolved and advanced, and what worked in the 90s still works.
Sure.
But can you imagine the more fun experience you'll have with the newer technology, how lighter things have gotten from a day pack standpoint, how just the things that are available that have been thought of since then. So I don't even know when maybe you don't have gear. Maybe you have gear, but it's old. And you're like, dang right, Rebecca.
I need some updated stuff.
When I come out, I'm not bringing my old junky crap. I'm going to get new stuff, because why wouldn't you want to have a better elevated experience?
Right.
Because for a lot of this, it's on your back.
Yes.
So unless you're doing like a stock assisted, which we have,
right,
dropstone
it's
outfitting,
available.
just fine.
Okay.
You can do that, but if you're doing it on your own, get the better technology.
Yeah.
By people who are constantly trying to improve that experience. And Bighorn has it.
They do. They have some really great, I just love some of the gear, or not the gear, the like clothing options there. I got some great hiking pants in there years ago, and I love those things. They've been all over Glacier, all over Montana with them. When I was at the Spartan race, volunteering at the Spartan race, I stood there in those hiking pants. They roll up. They're the really quick drying material, high quality stuff. Yeah.
And then shoes, hiking shoes. I always come back to shoes, clearly.
As you should.
But the advancement and the changes that happen in hiking shoe technology.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is kind of the difference of how they feel and when you want to use certain kind of shoes for certain kind of experiences. Because I've gotten a variety of hiking shoes. They're all designed for hiking, and you would think, well, how big different is that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of difference on the way they feel and the kind of terrain you're going to be on.
Yes.
Very important, because you could be, in a Mercedes and then hiking the Pinto, you know? And so they really visit with you about where are you hiking and what's going to make the most sense and what helps. Because when you put on certain shoes, they just feel different.
And if you walk in and you see the wall of shoes, you might go, oh, those ones are pretty. Oh, I like the color of those. But they're like, no, that's not going to work for your foot. And if you're 10 miles into the mountains, you want something that's going to feel okay and not give you a bunch of blisters.
Yeah. And they know that.
Right.
Because they've been doing it.
They've been doing it forever. Yeah.
And so they know, oh, that is a good shoe. And if all you're doing is like walking the paved portion of the River's Edge Trail, it's not going to matter.
Right. Right.
You pick the pretty one. That's fine.
You'll be okay.
But if you need a specific shoe for a specific activity, hunting, hiking, you're in the bob versus the little belts, whatever it might be, talk with them about that.
Water crossings.
Yeah. They're going to get you what's going to be most suitable for the terrain in your foot and your body.
Yeah. They also have, I love my Chacos. I've had my Chacos forever and ever. They've been all over the world with me. They sell Chacos there and other sandals in that variety, but I just particularly love Chacos.
Got Chaco flippy floppies.
Oh, did you?
When I was a kid, they were called thongs.
Yeah. That's
panties now.
Different things come to mind nowadays for that.
So I call them flippy floppies.
Yeah.
Thanks to Lonely Island and Adam Sandler. Adam. Nope.
Oh my gosh. I know him.
Really doesn't matter.
I know him. It's going to come
Andy
to me.
Samberg.
There it is. Sandberg.
Yeah. There we go. Sorry, Andy Samberg, if you're listening. Come on the podcast. You can yell at me.
Please. Yes.
But they're amazing. You can't wear them out. I'd like to meet the person who does.
I finally got the new soles on mine only because the front and the very front, the part that I put my foot on and the actual sole part were starting to come apart. So I kept like catching the front.
Yeah.
But I got them when I was 15, maybe. I've had the same pair and it was just last year and I'm in my mid-30s and I just got them.
That's some good tread.
Not 15, like 19.
12.
Still. Yeah, the point is they literally have taken them all over the world, so they're good. They're good shoes.
Chris and Beth know what they're doing.
They do. And also, if you're in town and you want to rent a kayak or paddleboard while you're here, that's the place to do it as well.
For real.
Yeah, I
Okay, you confirmed.
actually called Bighorn this morning because we had somebody asking about bike
Perfect.
rentals, and they told me that.
Yeah, that's right. They don't do bike rentals
No.
anymore.
Which I'm sorry to the guest that Callie and I sent there this morning. And then I got an email from a guy who's traveling from Ireland to come here and wanted to know about bike rentals. So I was like, I'm just going to call them.
Bike
But they-
rentals is becoming a little harder, but kayak rentals, paddleboard rentals, and then if you have your own bike, you can get it serviced and get stuff done at Bighorn with that. So.
And they have winter, like snowshoes and stuff too for
Yep.
winter time. Yeah. So good stuff there.
Oh, what?
I have a gift card to there burning a hole in my pocket that I need to go use.
I don't know why you
What-
wait so long.
I know. I don't know either.
Robert
'Cause-
was down there yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, he got. They carry SunCloud sunglasses. It's our favorite brand now.
Okay.
He used his as a, I don't know, tire block. Ran over him with his
Oh dear.
large piece of equipment yesterday, so he had to go get a new pair.
Yeah. I'm real tough on sunglasses. I understand that.
So, Shannon, do you want to share one of your shopping?
Yes.
Here's the thing that I get real excited about this
Yeah.
topic. We're going to have to cut ourselves off.
Right, because I was like, we're already a good way in, and we've only talked about 2 places.
And I'm excited, but maybe you aren't listening. You people, the people listening, maybe not be excited. So, you talk now.
Well, the other one, I'm going to stay downtown. I have stories about 2 different places that I'll share. So first, I want to talk about Pizzazz because
Veronica.
I love Pizzazz. So Pizzazz is our kitchenware and cooking store extraordinaire, which, by the way, you can get drinking. You can get mimosas there as well. They will serve them up $5 or something like that on the weekends.
They do have a great little craft cocktail section there
Yes.
of things you can get if you want to be your own little
Barista.
No.
That's for coffee.
mixologist.
There it is. Yep. They have a lot of options.
But I've gotten a lot of gifts for people there.
Yes. So there's so many different things you can talk about there. So I guess first I want to talk about their oil and vinegar
Oh,
bar, if you will.
yes.
So they have a whole wide selection of any kind of concoction of type of cooking olive oil you can think of. So like I have a truffle oil that I got from
Yep.
there. So basically you can go and you can get different size bottles. And if you're around Great Falls much or you use it while you're here, you can go back and have them refill the bottle for a less price. But for visitors, though, you can go in. A friend and I did this once when she was visiting. We went in and we sampled different types of olive oil because they'll give you samples of all the different kinds and you can see and you can go home with your own little bottle. So that's one of my favorite parts of the store.
It is addicting almost.
It is because then you're like, oh, I wonder what this is. And then the people who work there are knowledgeable because they're like, okay, you could combine this with this or this is what I do with this. And you get all new ideas for what to use it for, whether it's salad dressings or whatever. So I love that part of Pizzazz. They also, within the same section of the store, they have, if you want to like a grab and go lunch, maybe you want to grab a lunch,
Yep.
go out, have a picnic out at Ryan Dam or along the trail, and you don't want to go to the grocery store for it, they have a great little refrigerated section where you can go in and they have bowls. Like they have a Jamaican bowl that was really good. They have salads there. They have little pizzas, or if, you know, you can grab something and take it home, cook later. I really like that section because if I happen to be downtown, I'm like, oh, I need something quick for lunch. You just go in for, you know, $10. I can have this really delicious like Buddha bowl thing. And so that part's also great.
I love all the gadgets.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All the gadgets you didn't even know existed in the cooking world.
So I like the idea of cooking with garlic.
Okay. But not actually cooking with garlic?
Well, I think it's great to cook with it, and I don't mind the flavor of it. I have no allergies, nothing like that.
Yeah.
I like how fancy it makes me feel to go, oh, it needs some fresh garlic.
Yeah.
But honestly, how do you deal with that? And I had one of those pressers,
Yep.
and it sucked.
Yeah, it didn't do the job.
And I don't know where it came from. So I went down and I said, Veronica, I have limited skills in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be honest. I want to be able to use fresh garlic in what I am cooking when it calls for garlic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to push it through. And she's like, well, we have like, here's our garlic wall option.
Oh my gosh.
And I got the coolest one. You just put a clove in and you, like a little race car, run it back and forth.
Really?
And it has blades that just chop it up.
Oh.
And then you lift the lid and dump it out.
You're done.
It was
It also sounds fun to use that.
super fun to use because it had like the little rubber gears
Yeah.
that moved the blade back and forth. And it's in a round circle with 2 wheels on it. So it looks like a little space car. And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr."
Like,
Dump it out.
now. Cook all the garlic. Yeah.
So that was the other thing with Veronica telling me, she's like, this is more your style. I'm
Yeah.
like, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because it's fun. I love it. And so the amount of time I spend just looking at the gadgets.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I really like, which is I find funny because I have a niece that also gets excited about this, is little things.
Mm-hmm.
So like you get a little fork and a little,
Oh yeah.
and they've got some little spoons and
Yeah. Like, what am I going to
got
use this
all
for?
these things in there on that gadget wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what I need this for, but I want it.
Yeah.
And then just their cookware.
Yes. I went in, this was fairly recently because I'm looking, Jason and I have been married coming up on 3 years.
Ooh.
Right? 2.5 years? Crazy. We still basically have a compilation of random cookware from both of our lives prior to the marriage. And some of his are, I mean, they're good, but they were, I think, his grandma's or something. I mean, they do the job, but we really need to and I've been enjoying cooking more. We really need to upgrade this. And I'm trying to find things that are maybe less toxic, like, you know, so a lot of times coating in the cookware
starts to peel off
can
and
be
you
toxic,
eat it,
right?
and,
And that's not so good for you. So I went in and I was like, I need help. Like I'm willing to spend a little bit, but I don't want to go crazy. I want something, you know, I'm trying to find things like, yeah. So I went in, had my list of things. And she walked me through like, okay, this is what we have. This is this brand. This is what it does. This is how I use it. If you want to splurge on one piece, you know, we have this fancy brand. You can use it for this. Or, you know, just for your eggs, maybe get a smaller one in this kind. And then for the rest of the, you know, anyway, so she gave me kind of the whole rundown of here's what we have and here's how I use it in different ways. And if you're looking for this. So really, like we're talking about at Bighorn, knowledgeable in actually being able to use this cookware because it can be really overwhelming.
I feel the same way about shopping for makeup.
Oh yeah,
like there's 500 brands. How do you even pick?
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing with cookware is you've got like cast iron, you've got stainless steel, you've got the coated, you've got Dutch ovens, you've got ceramics, you've got.
And you're like, how many of these do I actually need?
Right, cookie sheets. What
Right.
am I doing here? Bread pans, bunt
right.
cake
How often
pans.
am I baking a bunt cake? No, I'm not.
I'm gonna tell you, they've got some really cool bunt cake pans that have little patterns that make it look like a flour.
Yeah.
I would bake bunt cakes just for that.
If it had that fancy pattern in it. Speaking of things with patterns, which also connects to one of my other favorite parts about Pizzazz, is they sell little they're like a Scandinavian, I'm forgetting the name, but it's like a Scandinavian or Norwegian like it looks like a little waffle press, but it's for a very specific type of thin cookie that you make at Christmas.
Kroomkaka?
Yes.
Kroomkaka
Good
iron?
job. I thought you might know
from
your
Norwegian
roots.
heritage.
Yes.
These are from my people.
Yes. So they sell those there. And I took a class. So Pizzazz offers, it's one of my favorite things. The class is, and Chef Rhonda is amazing. There's other chefs there, but I just love Chef Rhonda.
And she's kind.
Yeah, she doesn't make you feel like an idiot for asking a question about cooking.
So I've also taken a class from Chef Rhonda,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, anyway.
And she's super fun. So they have a cooking teaching kitchen in the back where you can go, and it's limited number, so you actually can ask questions, experience it, and they teach you how to make all kinds of, they do various series. Like right now, this year, I think they're doing a movie series. So I think you watch the movie and then the recipes are inspired by this particular movie.
I will caution people.
Okay.
You take a class at Pizzazz, there is a high likelihood you will become addicted to what you've learned.
Yes.
I took a charcuterie board class.
Oh, fun.
It was so much fun. I had such a blast. Now I'm there all the time buying the meats and the
charcuterie
cheeses
stuff. Yeah.
and whatever is new and the sauces and the jellies and the jams and the crackers. Oh.
Oh, and you introduced Callie and I to your own little charcuterie sandwich combination that you make.
Which, yes. I mean, there's so many different combinations. I, of course, fall into my ruts, and these are the certain things I like. But, when you open your mind to some craziness, which Chef Rhonda helped me with.
Yes.
And she said, I think what was freeing about the process, because when you look at a charcuterie board, you're like, what the crap?
Yeah.
She's like, all things go together. Don't worry about it. I'm like,
You're like, oh,
okay,
that's so helpful because then you just get to play around.
good to know.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do it wrong.
That is freeing to know that because then you can actually just be creative and have fun with it.
And then she says, try things. You might not like it, but you might. And it doesn't matter because it's just a little bite.
Right.
You're good to go.
It's not a whole meal here.
So I love the fact that you can take the classes. You can learn either a skill or how to make a food. They did some really cool stuff years ago where they had lunch and learns.
Yeah.
That was fun. And I learned a recipe that I still make today from
Nice.
that, like a curry, Indian curry
Yum.
food. Oh. And if I can do it, folks, oh my Lord, you can do it.
Yeah. And Chef Rhonda's a great teacher.
Yes. And they do fantastic jobs with that. So I'm not saying it might be a reason you show up here, but if you're in town, check out their classes.
Yes.
Or maybe plan around the idea that you could take this class. It is so much fun.
It's a really fun experience. Highly recommend. And then, of course, if you need, you can purchase your stuff right there at Pizzazz to keep making. Like, I really debated that day, and now I really want to, before this Christmas season, go back and buy one of those Kroomkaka. So it's called one of those presses to make that.
I also learned how to make left side. So
Oh, nice. I went to like a Cuban inspired class there too, and that was really fun.
they do such a great job. And if it's anything food related, kitchen related, drink related, they're really on the top of their game and they're sourcing some really amazing things.
Yeah.
And here's the other fun thing. They're going to know how to use some of that stuff.
You're like, what is this contraption?
I had a dream of kind of having this fancy cocktail area in my house. And I had visited with them about like the smoke chip thing. And they said to me, I can get you what you want, but are you seriously going to do this? And I looked at them. I'm like, well, I think I do. They're like, this is the amount of work it takes. This is what you're going to have to do. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Maybe you're right. Thanks
you.
for talking me out of that.
I'll buy all this stuff.
I'll buy
then.
the rest of it. They're like, we know you're good to buy other things, so we don't need you to buy this.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a really good kitchen food store.
It is.
I do love that.
So next door to Pizzazz, we'll give us a men's shout out here. There's Kaufman's Menswear downtown. And I'm bringing this up because, well, I love Brian. Great guy. He has beer in his store too from Mighty Mo. Did you know that?
I had heard because of the wedding shoot that we did. So
oh, sure. Yeah.
if you're looking to get your tuxes done, there's not you may not put Great Falls on your list of destination wedding locations, but you would be
You're remiss
wrong
not to do that.
if you were to do that. We've talked about Gibson Park.
Yes.
Kaufman's Menswear.
Yeah.
Always on trend. Always look put together.
Yes. I know. So my husband, him and I met when we were both on TV. And so obviously, like for TV wardrobe, he was always needing suits, ties, right shirts and stuff.
On trend.
Yeah. And he was able to go to Brian and be like, Brian Kaufman, one of the owners. It's a generational business there. and Brian just helped him find stuff that worked. He would order it in. They had tailors that would fix it. And then when it came time for our wedding, so we wanted to do a traditional in terms of like normal traditional black tux, things like that. And Jason was very like particular in the type of.
I can't imagine.
I know. There was a bridezilla between the two of us. No, it was him. No. And I appreciate this too. And he was like, he kept trying to find just a classic tux. And he had the hardest time because he's like, so many are this like certain trim cut, or, you know, it's very trendy. And he's like, I just want a classic tux. And Brian helped him make that happen. Brian found it, like he got him ordered, he got the shirts, like everything. And it was exactly what he was looking for.
We have a friend that is an executive in a construction company. And I did not know, because you always just see him in T-shirts and like a quarter zip. He is big into suit coats.
Oh, okay.
And he is down at Kaufman's all the time getting suit coats for the meetings he has to go to for like when bids are led, or when he's bidding on a project and meeting with a new client. He's like, oh, I gotta go to Kaufman's, get my coats.
Yeah.
And it is because they're trendy, but they're for all people. And Brian can help you with that. And then he, of course, gets them tailored so that they fit.
They actually fit
better.
correctly. Yeah.
And it's just, that dude looks sharp when he puts on a coat. But it's, you know, not just that part. It's casual wear. So if you want to just look nice, they've got sweaters, they've got shirts, they've got jeans and pants. And
I know Jason's
socks.
gotten some good, just like kind of polos, pullovers. There's vests. He has a hat, which I love because it looks very like European. It looks like a Scottish hat, which Jason's all about because relatives are from Scotland. And he wears it when he goes skeet shooting and trap shooting. It's his hat for that. But it's a very like proper gentleman European look cap that he got there.
Let's talk about that for a while, because like in the 1920s, men didn't leave the house in sweatpants and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
They looked put together.
If you want to hear a
Vests and a
tirade,
shirt.
just invite Jason on. He'll go off on that. Yeah.
Why
What
did we
happened?
get away from that? And it's not just the men, it's the women
It's
too.
everybody. Yeah.
Showing up in leggings and a bra.
That's not how you go shopping to Walmart?
It is. You know, I will do yard work when no one's looking in that.
Sure.
But women used to go out in dresses and heels and hats and gloves.
Yeah.
And what happened? I'm sure Brian could tell us. We should bring Brian on. And he could
I
tell
actually
us.
was just thinking how we should have Brian on because his family has such a like history in this community, and just that building. What Brian's told me about that building is fascinating. That one that Kaufman's is in. Let me tell you, if there's some type of like war happening or earthquake, you want to go to his building because it's not going to fall.
Also, if you have the opportunity to visit with Ike, his dad.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Do it.
That man, just a wealth of Great Falls history.
The amount of stuff that man knows and the randomness of it all. And great supporters of Montana State University Family Business Awards. Just, I think they've won one or two. Amazing people.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Kaufman's.
Okay.
We're this is already over. Now.
So obviously we'll do another part of shopping.
We'll do part 2.
Let me end
Okay.
with the premier place I love to go
Yes,
shopping.
please do.
I call it Tracy's. It
Not
is
the
called
diner.
the Blue Rose. The proprietor there, 15 years in business now.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give this story away because I think it is so important for you to go and hear the story directly from Tracy to know why it's called the Blue Rose.
Oh.
Because it's
I
not
don't
really
know this.
Now
Okay.
you have.
Ooh, now I have to go ask Tracy.
Yep, you do. And it is such a touching and compelling story. And it has to do with the piece of artwork that hangs behind the cash register at the store. So there's
what a teaser.
I know. Am I not good at this or what?
I'm impressed.
Tracy has some men's clothes, a lot of women's clothes, a lot of great artisans. I bought I'm not going to tell you about my most recent purchase there, but I get my, I don't know if it's perfume or cologne or eau de toilette.
Oh,
I don't know.
let's go with option 3. It's fancy.
I'm going to call it perfume.
Yes.
And it's in a little roller ball, and it's
those are
called Oak or Cedar or something
Okay.
like that. It's an element-based brand.
Yeah.
And she was telling me she found them at market somewhere, but the person who designs that's originally from Great Falls.
Really?
And she has a jewelry maker as well that has earrings and necklaces that she stocks. That is, I think she found in New York. They're connected to Great Falls somehow.
Neat.
So it's interesting to find kind of these brands that are known for high quality stuff around the world here. And so not everything she carries is, I'm going to say fancy, but it's very fashionable. It's always fashion forward. It's comfortable. Some of it's really elegant. Some of it's casual. Like she carries Fry.
Yeah.
And they've got some really cute, just the simple white sneakers, which are back in style.
Yeah.
They were so popular in the 90s. And I loved that trend of white sneakers with a really cute little dress. Love that it's back. She's got on-trend stuff, shoes, handbags, brands. Johnny Was, my most coveted shirt on planet Earth, is from the Blue Rose.
Oh.
And I have to tell you, when I bought this shirt, tell me social media doesn't work.
Was it an influencer campaign?
I was across the street at the Mighty Mo, I think probably during Craft Beer Week.
Okay.
Consuming their local wares, scrolling through Instagram, and she had just posted this shirt. I'm like, oh, that is a stunning shirt. I need that shirt. And so I finished my beer, more than likely paid my tab. I have a little bit of a history of leaving my tab open and then just leaving.
Good thing people know you.
So the number of times I've had to call Seth and go, oh my God,
Did
I'm sorry.
Did I not pay my tab?
He's like, it's fine. I just closed you out. I'm like, how? Here's the standing thing. If I'm going to be that stupid, always add like a 50% tip on.
You deserve it.
So I walked across the street, held my phone up, and I said, I want this. And she says, perfect. Doesn't say anything other than that. Grabs the shirt off, and she's like, go try it on. And I was like, oh, it's so gorgeous. And I looked at the size. I'm like, the size not going to fit me. And she's like, you were wrong. Get in there. Try it on. I got in there. I tried it on. Shannon, I cannot tell you how amazing it is to put on a shirt, regardless of size, that fits in the shoulders the way it's supposed to, that closes the way it is supposed to.
Across the chest.
When it hangs so nicely. And this is coming from a girl who loves a bargain and whose husband actually said to her one day, I can't wait till we have enough money where I can just buy shoes that fit me instead of shoes that'll work because they're on clearance. So if that's any indication of the life that I have lived, my poor husband... I'm like
I want to buy full price shoes someday.
And so I look at my closet and I go, oh no, I think a lot of my closet is, well, it fits okay, but it's, because it's on clearance or it doesn't.
Right.
It was it's like the heavens opened and the sunshine
this
down.
Is how clothes are supposed to fit.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I want this.
Yeah.
Now, I will caveat, and Tracy makes no bones about it as well. It's on the higher end of the spectrum for price point.
Yes.
Johnny Was are not cheap. Velvet is not cheap. That's quality products.
Right.
They're made. They come with a higher price tag. It is so worth it.
I want to put a shirt on that feels like that.
And this is how stupid. I'd hardly ever wear it because I don't want to wear it out.
Yeah. Right. Or spill on it, stain it.
Yeah.
That would be my
It is
qualm.
beautiful. The front is plaid, the back is silk. I love it.
Ooh.
I love this
Have you
shirt.
worn this to work ever?
I think probably not since you've been here.
Okay.
I might have worn it once, maybe.
Okay.
I tell you, that's what
Someday.
I'm telling you. It's just so silly that I don't wear it more often.
But it's you. But if it fits that well and feels that good, it's like you want it to last forever.
I know.
Yeah.
And Tracy tells me it's stupid because styles and trends change.
Right.
And if you aren't wearing it now, then when you wear it, it's going to look out of place. I'm like, no, there's no way this place,
Yeah.
it's not that, it's timeless
it's not that
fashion.
trendy.
It's timeless fashion there.
Mhm.
So she's like, just wear it. It's also the first place I ever bought a pair of Fry boots, which
You love your Fry boots.
love my Fry boots.
Mhm.
I think what else have I've gotten coats there.
Mhm.
I've got beautiful, beautiful coats from there. I need to go through my closet and eliminate the things that I just don't swoon over.
Yeah. Well, when you get something
Jewelry.
that looks and feels like that, then you're like, oh, everything else is not
My
great.
earrings today are from
Are
there.
they?
And
Those are fun. I like those.
this is an event that Tracy does every now and again where she does like a swap. So you bring in stuff that you've bought at the Blue Rose
Okay.
to resell,
Oh.
kind of like a used market.
Yeah.
Percentage then goes to you as the seller, and then it goes towards the purchase of new product in the
Well,
store.
hey, that's
and
nice.
that's where I got these earrings from.
Nice.
Kind of a weird thing to buy in the buy and swap, but she cleans everything
Well,
up.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
um,
It's not like you're buying underwear.
right.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that
Yeah.
there. But yeah, that is a real, and generous, beyond belief generous. Had a weird mishap. She had texted me probably 2 months ago, shortly after I had sent an email work related about donations for something.
Yeah.
So I thought she was calling me about that. So, and I hadn't been able to connect with her. And so I finally texted her. I'm like, this thing's coming up. You had asked me to call you back when I first sent this. I don't know if what you needed to talk to me about is this, or if there was something else and you remember what it is. She's like, no, but I'll give you stuff for what your free stuff is. And so I went down and got it. And I said, thank you. She's like, well, next time I can do more, if you give me a little bit of notice, but a day's notice is not enough. And I'm like, you didn't have to do this, but I thought maybe it was connected to that. So that's what I wanted to help prompt you about, because I'm old too. And I forget like what I called somebody about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to completely drop the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have just left the ball dropped. But
But she stepped up and helped.
yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been in there, sad to say.
Oh.
I want to, someday I just want to be like, I am doing a downtown shopping morning and just go down
It
and
is
wander by
so
myself down there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My friends don't hang out with me very often. That sounds sad that I have to say that, but they don't come here to hang out with me. But when they do, we have so much fun.
Yeah.
And they came a couple of years ago for Mimosa Showdown, and in between mimosa stops, in order to drink responsibly, we shopped.
Yeah.
And they just loved the experience because of our shop owners and the pride they take in doing such a fantastic job. So, of course, they're like, oh, that was so much fun. I'm like, yeah, we could do it all the time if you would just come
here.
visit me, and we could do that.
Yeah.
But
Still haven't.
clearly they don't like me enough.
This seems like a much deeper issue than we have time for
And it
on this
sounds
podcast.
like I'm just gone into this pity party, but that's that's not what happened.
Well, if it helps, the majority of my good friends live in other towns, so that's not happening for me either. Often. They come visit.
Clearly, we can both testify that when our friends do want to spend time with us and they show up in our town, they have a fantastic experience. So that just leads me to tell you that you will also have a fantastic experience.
Yes.
Because of the types of people that run these stores. And we haven't even gotten close to the iceberg on this.
No, there's so many. We literally talked about five stores.
We did not. Farmer's Daughter Fiber, who hand makes their yarn.
Yeah.
The good wood guys who have good hardwood, but talk about your charcuterie board problem that I have. Their boards are so gorgeous.
Yes. The gift shops within our museums.
And I wanted to talk about my sippy. Well, it's not my...
Your sippy cup?
It's not my sippy cup.
You're not going to take it?
No, I'm going to go buy one.
Okay.
I just can't justify stealing it when that's not the intent.
It's not stealing.
It is. I'm going to go get a CM Russell.
I think we need to do a part 2 because we need to talk more about all of these other places.
Can we safely say the ones we've talked about are downtown?
Yes.
So downtown part 1.
Yes.
That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do one on just gift shops.
Yeah.
Because
the
History Museum's gift shop.
Oh, love that one.
Portage Cash at the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center.
Paris Gibson Square.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's
Center.
one.
Yep.
And we've highlighted just briefly how fun that is, but we're going to dig into
the Russells. Yeah.
We're going to dig into
There's
stuff.
a lot more. And even downtown galleries. That's a whole other thing.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe we could get Christy from the CM Russell store here.
Oh, yeah.
She's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got great stuff.
So, obviously, passion project for me is talking about shopping and all the different things you can buy.
And we also have, Target and Ross for our Canadian friends.
Yep. We have a Penny's, a Sephora, an
TJ
Ulta,
Maxx.
TJ Maxx.
Mm-hmm.
We could name drop all day long, but
Shields.
What good story ever started with? I'm joking. Because obviously you have a good story when it comes to KFC and Ross.
Yeah. We have stories about those.
I just loved those ladies, and I hope you're continuing
I just thought of another one. The new Montana Apothecary and Compounding Pharmacy in Havit.
Oh, yes.
I love their gift shop. And then if you want like Lululemon high-end stuff, we have that too. This is part 2. We'll do more.
There's so much amazing shopping.
There is.
Okay. Shannon, we had so much fun talking about shopping before.
We did.
And, I left the podcast studio and I thought, well, it was fun for us. I hope.
I think it'll be fun for other people because it's questions we get asked. People want to know where they can go to find things.
Well, we ran long.
We did, and we only got through 5 places.
So we're going to try and speed it up maybe this time.
Yeah, we can make this a shorter one.
We're still going to share
guarantees.
stories and tell you what we know about shopping in Great Falls. Because really, one episode where you only cover 5 things
is not really it's not all encompassing at all. And neither will this one be.
No. Because we only have so much time.
Right. And really, you don't want to listen to a 5-part series just about shopping in Great Falls.
We could do it.
We could. Well, I'll keep that in the back of my head. If we get in a pinch, we'll add more parts to this.
I could easily continue down the shopping realm. When it comes to made in Great Falls stuff and unique items and just good experiences, there's a lot going on. So I'm done with the intro. That's all you're getting.
Okay, great.
We're jumping in.
So we could dive in. You mentioned made in Montana products or products. I mean, we often get asked, where can I go? And because first off, people sometimes wonder if we're a souvenir shop or if we sell anything. We're like, we can give you some postcards and some stickers.
We had that discussion earlier today about how do people get their expectations of what happens when they walk in here.
Yeah. I feel like we deliver some very good customer service here, but we're focused on Great Falls. So I'm sorry if I don't have pamphlets for, say,
Black Hills, South Dakota.
Right, or other places in that state. Nothing against them. We're just focused on Great Falls.
There's just a lot to have to know about our community that we can't cover all the United
Let alone
States.
things 9.5 hours away.
Correct.
Yeah. And the other thing people also, there's a lot of things people think when they walk in the door, but the other thing is they want to be able to buy things.
And that's really not our shtick.
No.
We're not a retail store.
No.
Nor do we want to be.
No.
It's time consuming and you have to become an expert on retail and what sells and what doesn't and pricing and
our little
managing
staff of
inventory
3 is already doing a lot. Yeah.
And we just don't have the funds to invest in that.
Right. But lucky for you, we have people in our community who are doing a wonderful job of providing some really, really cool souvenirs and stuff you can get.
And they're made here. So Hometana is one of those, still in the downtown area. They used to have 2 locations. We won't mention where the other one was because it only matters that they are here.
It started here as well. So this is where its roots are.
And I got to meet Kirsty in person, live and in person. It's always interesting when you spend so much time skirting around people or emailing them and then to finally get to meet them.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Just at the meeting
a
few weeks ago. Oh, funny. Did you know Kirsty and I used to work together at KRTV?
No clue.
Yep. Yeah. So she was in creative services there. So that's I know Kirsty from
way
a few
back
years ago from working in TV. Yeah.
I've only known of her because of her work with the Downtown Great Falls Association.
Yeah, she's very involved, very active. And she has some really neat stuff. So we're talking not just Montana, but very Great Falls specific merchandise, everything from shirts to candles to one of my favorite things I have. It seems so simple, but I have these really cool coasters that are specifically Great Falls, Montana coasters that I was given as a gift and then was going to give you guys a gift. And then you walked to my office and spoiled that I had them.
Yeah. Well, you should have never had them out on your desk.
What were you doing in my office when I wasn't here?
Well, mostly it's not a big office.
Nope, not at all. Just
but
kidding.
They are really cool, and they are Great Falls, Montana specific, and we just love when that happens. I got some really cool mini note cards there.
Oh, yeah.
That I use to write notes on and send to people. But and they're made in Montana, Coverdale, something.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Sure.
But they're great little note cards. They've got N-Bar, no, not N-Bar. Elevation 3330 has their drink kits there.
Yeah. She also carries some like local candle makers. Like here in Great Falls, she'll carry some of their candles. So those are true. So she has a mix of, she prints her own shirts and things as well. So it's a variety of things that she's making and also a variety of things that are made by other people in Great Falls or across the state.
And they're on First Avenue
South.
Yes.
South.
First Avenue South.
Right next to Celtic Cowboy.
That is correct.
Sorry, I stole your words there.
Hey, somebody better because they weren't coming very easily. And then also in the downtown, one of my person I really admire, history on this one, I nominated this woman for the Small Business Award when I worked in business development, and it was a Montana Small Business Administration Woman-Owned Business of the Year Award, and it went to Ingie Buckholtz, who owns Ingie's.
Yeah.
And the thing that I loved about shopping with Ingie, and still do love shopping with Ingie, is she is so dang good.
Oh.
Like you walk in, she knows what she wants to put you in. She knows what size it is. She knows everything, and she just grabs stuff and gives it to you.
Nice.
She's
That's
originally
helpful.
from Germany.
Oh, wow.
And she tells us in Germany, your high school education is based on what career path you're going to go into. And so she had dreams and really they said, nope, you're going to do this. And so she ended up in retail, kind of owning her own store, but going through the ranks of tailoring and fitting men's clothing and then ordering and all that stuff that goes into managing a retail store really well.
Yeah.
She did it as
Wow.
part of her in-depth training in how to be kind of that person.
Fashionista, but a
And she
better word than
is amazing at it. Still going strong. She tried to retire. She's back.
doesn't work.
Nope. Sorry, Angie, when you're that good.
Can't go very far. And she's in downtown
She
as well.
is the 600 block of downtown.
Okay.
On the corner where,
Yes.
if my memory serves, like back in the 80s and 90s is where Bighorn Outdoor Specialists were.
Oh.
But
Well, Beth can fact check us on
yeah,
that.
I'm probably just making that up.
Sure. Why not?
Why
not?
I tend to do that.
Also in that same block of downtown, because she's along Central and 6th, right? Ingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just up from that in the 600 block is Cassiopeia Books.
Yes, a locally independently owned bookstore.
Yes.
And Millie bought that from a young kid. So this was originally the brainchild of, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Pam Gashowski's son.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
It's on the
part.
tip of my brain.
Andrew.
I can't. Okay.
Andrew Gashowski, maybe?
Okay.
I'm probably butchering that last name as well, but Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And he started that, and then he got hooked up with a chickie, and they moved to another city.
That'll happen. Yeah.
Tends to happen sometimes when you hitch your wagons together and try to make a life somewhere.
You got to pick and choose.
But Millie is just a perfect fit for
she
that.
is. And Andrew, I believe, is the one who gave it the name Cassiopeia.
Correct.
Which should have looked this up again. There's reasons for that.
It's a
name.
constellation.
Yes, it is, but there's something beyond that.
Okay.
Well, teaser. Look it up.
Yep.
Anyway.
Maybe somewhere you'll find that.
Yes. But it's a really neat place. I do love to read. I'm a slow reader. I don't get through as much as I want, but I love bookstores. I love the feel of them. I love walking around in them. I love exploring. I just love little independent bookstores. So this is one of my favorite places.
Well, and what I love about it is you can walk in and say, I want a book about this area. I want a book by these authors. I want a book that tells me, and it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And she has those kind of information, give you that insight.
Yeah.
One of the big things that she does have a collection of is Ivan Doig
Yes.
books, which we're going to have Millie on the podcast. So I'm just
is.
going to save that for Millie.
Yeah, she'll share. That'll be within the next month or so that she'll be
her
on.
expertise, because you don't want me telling you anything about Ivan Doig other than that he wrote books and he's maybe from this area.
Millie's the expert on that.
Yep.
Yeah. I will say, just going off of what you were saying about how you can just walk in and be like, Millie, this is what I'm looking for.
Right.
So it was World Poetry Day a while back, and I got this idea, and I told Millie, I was like, hey, I'd love to have somebody from Great Falls reading a poem written about Great Falls. She was like, on it, got it. This is a poem that was written by a Great Falls mail carrier about here. She found me Stacy Berquist, who's just amazing. He's been in the theater here, and we recorded, you can see it on our YouTube page, World Poetry Day. We recorded Stacy inside of Cassiopeia reading this poem written by a former Great Falls postman about Gibson Pond. And so, yeah, it was just fun because I was like, this is my little dream. Millie, can you help? And she was like, yep, got it. And I was like, oh, perfect.
The other thing that I find just great about Millie is the events that she has there. So she's got authors that come in, and she does book readings and does writing classes, and then just unique events that bring kind of that reading and writing and creative component to the world in that vein. So always stay on the lookout for those.
Yes. And it's all, there's a Montana section. So if you are here, I want all things Montana. She's got that for you. She's got regular, general sections. She has children's books here. She has if you are on a low budget, she has a place for that. You can come in and trade certain books.
Yep, used books.
Yes, and she also has, or at least she used to, near the front. I love it. It's like blind date with the book.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Covered in brown paper, so you don't know what the book is, and you just
say
get it and read it.
Yeah,
and
blind date.
You will see.
It's a fun little idea.
I love that.
And she orders stuff in for you. I've heard her on the phone with people when I've been in there calling. So it's a great place. Definitely stop there.
And why we're bringing Millie on, not just to talk about Ivan Doig, but here's another little teaser. We're going to talk about the Montana Bookstore Trail.
Yes. It's a fun new thing they've been putting in the works here. So you can follow a beer trail, a burger trail, and a book trail now.
And a pie trail.
And a pie trail. That's right.
We're big into trails here. You can also follow a trail that you walk. But
yeah. We've also got the River's Edge Trail. That's...
Man, do we got trails.
You can grab your book, go walk along the trail and stop and then read it.
So, we covered those two.
Mm-hmm.
We're lightning fast.
Should we stay downtown?
Okay.
Okay, and head over to First Avenue South again and stop by the place where you go to get your hat and your boots. The place that Bill Murray, David Letterman have all stopped at.
Pretty much everyone who wants to be a cowboy goes there.
Yep.
And it's been an institution in this community for a number of years.
Decades.
We're talking about Hoagland's,
Mm-hmm.
one of the premier sponsors for Montana PRCA Circuit Finals Rodeo, which happens in January.
Mm-hmm.
Also the place to get all your rodeo gear before the rodeo in January and before the rodeo that happens the end of July, because Big Sky Pro Rodeo Roundup tickets go on sale soon.
Oh my gosh, that's
and
right.
then you can get your gear here. But Mike and his team down at Hoagland's, Mike was honored as the PRCA Circuit Finals Cowboy of the Supporter of the Year.
Wow.
This last year. So I got to be there when he got his little plaque.
That's neat.
And
Well deserved.
very smart people.
Mm-hmm.
On trend, always on trend.
Yes.
Big selection of not just clothing, boots, and hats, and scarves, and blankets, but
Pendleton
jewelry,
gear. Mm-hmm.
belt buckles, all that
And
kind of
it's
stuff.
Everything from your like cowboy ranch workwear up till the, your fancier garb for
Yep.
going out rodeo style.
And if you're a little bit more of a boho hippie cowgirl, they got that
They
for
can fit
you.
that for you too.
They got slippers, which is usually where I bought, where I get my slippers.
I didn't know that.
And not to spoil anybody's shopping experience, but if you aren't coming to Great Falls just for their annual sale
Oh.
in January, you are missing out. They closed the store for 2 or 3 days to get ready for this event.
Oh my gosh.
And it starts
Wait,
on,
how have I not known about this?
I don't know,
Is it around the same time as the
January 1.
rodeo? Oh.
It's freaking New Year's Day.
Oh my gosh.
And they come
Wow.
out guns blazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Guns
yeah, it's
blazing,
like
you
that
got
works. That phrase works real well for this place.
They don't sell
Yeah.
guns.
No, but the
They got belts.
Old West theory.
There you go.
Yes, you go in. Speaking of our YouTube page, you can see Mike on our YouTube page as well when we talked about, it was like Cowboy Boot Day or something like that. We talked with Mike about all of the different options you have, what you want, what you're looking for when you walk in. And you don't have to remember all of that because you go in and they'll ask
Nope.
you and they tell you and they'll figure it out for you.
Yeah.
They'll bring you all the options.
And it is just so much fun
Mm-hmm.
to see the new stuff.
It smells
and
good in there too, if you
Yeah.
like leather. Mm-hmm.
It's a good place for that.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's 3 floors.
It's a massive store.
Did we mention it's 3 floors?
3 floors. And the bottom is basically all men's jeans.
And muck boots
Yeah,
and
like
some
work
kid
boots
stuff.
type. Yeah.
And then the top floor is also a lot of men's stuff.
Yeah. So this is another option. We mentioned Kaufman's menswear last time.
Yeah.
This is another option, but more in the Western.
Western
world.
vein. Kaufman's a little more modern,
Mm-hmm.
trendy,
Right.
on trend.
If you're
I
not a
should say.
cowboy. Yeah.
But even if you are a cowboy and you need a 3/4 zip
That's-
sweater,
yep.
that's where you go.
That's where you go. Yeah. So Hoagland's, yes. And like we mentioned, I mean, celebrities, many a celebrity have stopped
so
in there.
many celebrities
Uh-huh.
go.
Yeah. I don't
Which
know why.
is
I
good.
remember Bill Murray a lot for some reason.
Well, I think because it's not a place you'd expect Bill
Oh,
Murray
right,
to
no.
show up. Like you'd expect him
No.
to be at a golf pro shop or
Right.
something.
Right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's confusing, I think.
Okay, so we got Hoagland's. Have we
Um,
covered everywhere downtown we want to cover? There's
Man.
so many. Like we said, we can't possibly touch on all of them here. Well, there's the gallery, the Signature Montana.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So that's my fault. Most of the time when I think about buying art, I think Western Art Week.
Sure.
But you can buy art year
Oh,
round
anytime.
in
Yeah.
Great Falls.
There's a lot of galleries.
And right now, Signature Montana, which produces a quarterly magazine,
Uh-huh.
Sorry, David and Haley, if that's incorrect. But a quarterly magazine, really well done. But then they also have in there where they make the magazine a little gallery in the front of their building. And it features a lot of different artists. Right now, Sage DuBois is featured, and I fell in love with her, probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
She's from Ulm-ish area,
okay.
Ulm Cascade area, so just south of here. 20 minutes. It might as well be Great Falls.
Yeah.
If we ever grow really, really, really big, we'll just incorporate those communities into us. So
Yep, that'll be one of those situations.
that'll happen. But she does a lot of great photography of elevators and woolly cows.
I love woolly cows.
You know, the big fuzzy faces.
Yeah, I love. Okay, now I really want to see her work because I love those cows. Yeah.
She does a lot of portrait photography too, but unless it's people I know, it's not as much fun. So
You don't like that as much.
she's just got that kind of old time feel, and she's on display right now down there. In addition to some others, Echo and Ron Ukrainets have exhibited down there, and it's all artwork that's for sale. So you have the ability to walk in. And it showcases a lot of the variety of what you would expect during Western Art Week, just on a smaller scale. And that's just one of many galleries that are downtown.
Just downtown alone that are open and selling art year round.
Yeah, you got it.
Across the street from there, so that's next to Electric City Coffee. Across the street is a place. Well, I am not in this world at all, but it's so fun to walk around this shop.
This place made me take lessons, so I had a reason to buy the stuff she sells.
Yes.
So we hinted to her in the last episode about shopping. Candace with Farmer's Daughter Fiber hand dyes her yarn. Well, I shouldn't say I think she does, but her husband does a lot of it. She might help out.
The family does that. Yeah.
She does a lot of the social media and the teaching and kind of inventory and developing patterns and that kind of stuff. But the wall in there is just gorgeous. And in addition to the yarn she makes, there's also other yarn that she orders in. And then everything you need for knitting and crocheting. You know, I took a knitting class. I think I mentioned this.
Yes.
I thought I was going to be a lot better at it than I am.
Okay.
I'm not doing
You've just
horribly.
had one lesson, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm still working on my washcloth.
Your washcloth.
Folks, it's time. But I enjoyed doing
It's
it.
a very labor-intensive washcloth.
It's going to have to be worth like $150 when I'm done with it. I should probably just do that
Are
as a
you planning to
hobby.
sell it?
No. If I took custom orders, it would take an entire year for
gosh.
you to get a washcloth,
Yeah.
and you're paying $220 for it.
Doesn't seem worth it for anybody.
And mostly it sucks. Like the edges aren't super good yet. So we got some ways to go there. But she also carries a lot of made in Montana products. And the other thing that I really love about what Candace is doing is she also has a foundation connected to her business, the Three Sisters, something Sisters foundation, does fantastic work for women. And the made in Montana products she sells, a little bit limited, but all fit within the store. And it's such a beautiful store.
It is. It's been a number of things over the years. It's just a really neat location because it still has that exposed brick in some parts. You can see the history of the space. I went in there for my mother, looking for a gift for my mother-in-law's birthday.
Okay.
Mother's Day? Birthday. Anyway, this last spring, and they helped guide me because I don't know anything about knitting or crocheting.
Should have taken a class.
I should have. I should say my grandma has crocheted and I've attempted. I have needles somewhere, but I can't even tell you or know the difference in what I was looking at between the knitting and crocheting stuff to start with. So I needed a lot of help, but she helped me put together a really nice gift for my mother-in-law.
Well, that's nice.
And it was fun just to walk around in there.
And they're nice people. They're nice people. Almost too nice.
That's what you get here. Most of the time.
But her wall of yarn, the space itself, the patterns, and then she does like different color packages.
Yes, I got one of those. It was so pretty. It made me want to wish I was into
Right.
all of that.
This is why.
Yeah.
This is
She
what
makes
happened
it
to
look
me.
really appealing.
And she makes it look easy because she's
Oh,
usually
that's true.
knitting while she walks around the store. And you're like, well, how hard can this be?
She's just walking around doing this.
She can do this without even thinking.
Yeah, I would stab myself.
should assume I could pick it up. And then she's like, oh, I've been doing this for about 15 years. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
So it's
you
gonna
have a
take
ways
me
to
some
go.
time.
Well, let us know when you're done with your washcloth. We can share a picture. See if you have
People
any
will
bids on
love
it.
it.
Yeah.
People will love it.
Okay. Are we
So I'm
moving
gonna
away from downtown?
I'm gonna move away from
'Kay.
downtown just because this store is really awesome and it does need a little bit of explanation.
Okay.
North 40 Outfitters.
Oh, yeah.
This is it's a chain.
It is a chain, but it's a
It's a Great Falls,
Falls-based
Montana-based chain,
Mhm.
and it's on the surface, it's a farm and ranch supply store.
Right. And you're like, why would I want to go in there?
Right. And so you're thinking, well, I don't need panels.
Right. I don't need a paddock for my animals.
But the stuff they have is way beyond just panels or bunny food or a rope.
Yeah.
They have clothes, shoes, jewelry, camping supplies, fishing supplies.
And they have their whole clothing line that they've developed, the Smith and Rogue line, which has some really neat
Yes.
stuff.
And it's a really unique, comfortable line. T-shirts that I get for Robert there
Yeah.
fit him.
Oh, hey, that's always good.
They're long enough because sometimes when you get a T-shirt, it's like a shorty shirt.
Yeah. Especially now, that's a thing.
Dudes don't want shorty shirts.
Do we want dudes to have shorty shirts?
The 80s have passed. Dudes no longer need shorty
Coming back.
shirts.
It's coming back around.
Good quality. Just amazing. In both men's and women's apparel, they both have that. And then Smith and Rogue has also developed some really great wet bags or
okay. Like
duffel bags to use
to take if you're hiking or rafting,
Yes.
camping.
And it's a fantastic bag. Comes in 3 different sizes. They've got their
Nice.
own tents. They've got their own sleeping bags. They've got just a huge line of products. And then they have the North 40 Fly Shop.
Yes.
Which
we
Fred
love
Tillene's
that.
a part of. And they have their own line of fishing poles and other stuff.
Other things in the fly fishing realm. Yes.
Yeah.
And they have guides there and people like Fred who can
Yep.
tell you anything and everything you would need to know.
And rafts. Inflatable rafts.
Kayaks from simple to
paddle
extravagant.
boards, generators.
The one you can also, while you're walking around, if you go to the newer one, the Northwest Bypass one, there's a coffee shop
Even the
in
one
there.
on the
Oh
east
yeah,
side
they have
has
that
a
too now,
coffee
don't
shop.
they? It's just 2 different kinds.
Yeah.
So you can get a coffee while you walk around. Also, I love that if you go in the springtime, if you're coming here and you're wanting some interaction with wildlife, you're shaking your head. This is like they have little baby chicks in there.
I can't stand them.
You can't stand them. Why?
So
I love going and seeing the little baby chicks.
to me, they're cute.
Yeah.
But I can't stand that they're just in this box. All
Well, they're taken care of in there, and then they
they
move on
are,
to their home.
but I just don't like it. It's the same way I feel like in a pet store.
Yeah, that's fair. To me, this feels different. This is different than a pet store, but
Granted,
they're not there long.
I still don't like it.
That's fine.
It's like when I walk in and I
You
see
hear the
them,
cheeps.
I go the other direction. I don't even look.
Well, that's fine. You
I don't
avoid the
like
crowd
it.
of people
Yes.
around it.
I can't do it. So that's just the difference between.
That's fine.
They still have it.
They do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can buy chickens. You
can
can
look
buy
at them.
lawn furniture. You can buy
Plants. I've gotten for
good
gardening
trees.
season things
Yep,
there.
Good plants.
Not that you're necessarily buying a tree and taking it home with you, but
Yeah, you might.
that could be an
Who
option for
knows?
you if that's what you want to do. People buy weirder
a
things.
lot of stuff that is happening there,
Mm-hmm.
but let's say you're in town and you're a rodeo contestant
Mm.
and you lost your little rope. They've got ropes there.
They have, I like their selection of dog stuff.
Good
They have a lot
selection
of
of
good
dog stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good gloves.
Yeah.
Canning stuff. They've got, I mean,
Everything. Water bottles.
it's like a department store
A specialized department store.
for country kids, country people.
Outdoorsy folk.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fantastic store, and the one on the northwest side is large. And when I
Yes.
say large, it used to be 2 separate stores.
Yeah, it was a Kmart and
and a Big Bear.
they were all, this is the whole space.
Yep. They said no more to both of those,
Yeah.
and North 40's like, I'll buy them.
Yeah.
And then they turned it into this department store metropolis, and then that doesn't negate everything that's outside.
Oh, yeah, in
as
the
well.
parking lot. Yeah, there's an area of stuff in the parking lot for sale too.
Now there's 2 locations
Uh-huh.
here in Great Falls, and then they
Correct.
have other locations not in Great Falls.
Uh-huh.
We don't care
That's
about
it.
them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's 2 in Great
No
Falls.
need
yeah.
to discuss that.
Well, we're talking about department type stores or chain type stores. Similar realm, but different. Shields we have, which is a popular destination.
Yep.
Again, not Great Falls specific, but a big chain
And
in our mall.
honestly, though, they're based in North Dakota, so
Mhm.
it's kind of
Neighbors.
like Montana.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a lot like us,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
we'll
sort
claim
of.
you.
Yeah.
But this Shields store renovated a couple of years
Again,
ago,
huge.
expanded, took over the Bible supply.
Yes, there's a Christian
store.
supply store next
Yep,
to it.
there we
yes.
go.
Mhm.
And they took that over. And if you're not familiar with a Shields, it's a sporting goods
Mhm.
store. So much like North 40 is a ranch supply store.
Yeah.
This is a sporting goods store. So if you need your golf, your hunting
Mhm.
gear, you get that at North 42.
Right.
Your
Running,
running-
teamwear, camping. They have a lot of camping stuff. Again, dog stuff.
baseball, basketball.
I do really like, they do have a nice variety of women's clothing there too, of all kinds, not
Yep.
just athletic gear.
Casual. They got some dressy stuff.
Yeah.
Great handbags every now and again.
Yeah. And shoes options as
Yep.
well.
Where you'll find me getting most of my alma mater gear.
Ah. And who is that?
Well, mine is Montana State
Mhm.
University, but they do carry other universities as well.
They do.
And they started carrying last year Voyagers gear.
Oh, fun. That's right. So our
So-
local baseball team.
Hopefully, maybe soon we can get some UP gear up
Yes.
there, Argo gear. We'll
Yep.
see that happen.
Yeah,
but
University
they do
of Providence.
a really great job of getting you the gear that you
Mhm.
need. And it's inside the Holiday Village Mall. So it becomes a mall experience.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so we still have a mall, and there's a lot of good stores available to you there.
Mm-hmm.
Just popped into my mind. I don't mean to jump ship of this, but Real Deals Home
Oh,
Decor
Yes.
downtown,
Oh, I love that place.
just around the corner from Hometana.
Mm-hmm.
I love what they do there, and they also expanded into some women's clothing
Yeah.
as well as Great Falls specific home decor.
Yes, that's a really fun spot. I go in there for inspiration. I go in there when I like looking for something, a more unique decorating piece. So you'll find some kind of unique antique kind of looking furniture there. They have a lot of decor. They have kitchen specific things. They have a wall of mirrors, and then they have their Great Falls specific, Montana specific. And then I've gotten some good clothing there over the years too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They shut down their store to convert it for Christmas.
Oh,
And then they unveil Christmas.
that's right.
Their entire store
Mm-hmm.
becomes,
Wonderland.
yeah, every component of it. And it doesn't mean like you can only get Christmas stuff for your kitchen. No, it's just all
It's
Christmassy.
just the entire store is Christmas. Mm-hmm.
It is a fabulous experience. They do a
Yeah.
really great job down there with that.
Yeah, they do. Yes, that's one of my favorite places to go. I recently purchased something like for my coffee table from there. It's a good spot.
I just realized I don't know what's happened in my life, but I've lost 2 clocks in the last 6 months, and they're those big, large format clocks.
Oh, like they stopped working.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I didn't take them for a walk, and they
It's like,
didn't
how do
come
you
home with me.
Lose 2 massive clocks.
I had one
Yeah,
here in
in
the
your
office. Just
Yeah, you
stopped
gotta go
telling
there.
time. And then the one at home was just such a sidebar. But I had those 3M strips that had a little metal hook that held things up so I didn't have to have a nail there.
Yeah.
Held it for 12 years. And then one
And
day,
then just was like,
done holding
that's my
it.
time. I'm done.
So when you're just sitting there in your home and hear this large crash and you look around, you're like, oh my goodness, I gave
Wow.
up.
That's pretty impressive, though, for 12 years.
And holding a big, large clock.
Yeah.
I'm
They were
proud.
like,
I'm proud of that.
It
hook.
went above and beyond.
It did a good
for
job.
that. Yeah.
So
Did you get more hooks for it, or did you nail it this
no.
time? Or still replacing?
So I
Okay.
had another hook, but it wasn't the same hook. Hung it. It held for a day.
Oh,
So I need to get
that's different
this
than 12
hook
years.
back. But then the second time it fell, I think did a little bit of damage.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not keeping such great time now.
Oh.
And this clock has been with me for a long, long time.
So you're trying to keep
So
it going.
It's just, I don't like it when some things come to an end.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially
I
if
want to say I'm a change agent until it comes to my clocks.
it's like, nope.
Not a change agent.
Well, and the one in your office, too.
Yeah, I had to pull one from the downstairs. I mean, I bought the one that
Yeah.
is on my office too, but it's just not very big and it's not a very big statement
Well,
piece.
you need to go to Real Deals then and
I
look
know.
there.
I don't see. This is my problem. There's
Yeah.
so many great places to shop, and then I forget.
Yep. True.
You need to take care of your stuff.
So there's Real Deals. There's a newer place in the scheme of things. It's been, I believe, has it been 2 years yet? Maybe just 1 year. And on the surface, you might be like, oh, that's a pharmacy. No, it
Oh.
is so much more. So it's
Yeah, you hinted to
yes, I really enjoy this place. So it's Montana Apothecary Compounding Pharmacy, or MAC. We'll just refer to it as that.
Yep.
And then it's also Habit. So I've actually been taking, so it's a pharmacy, it's a compounding pharmacy, a gift shop, and then a yoga studio with a
this. Yes.
store as well. And they're all together and it's all in one place. When I walk in, I always want to know what the smell is because it has a unique smell that I really like.
Okay.
So we'll start there.
Do they sell candles or
They do sell candles. They sell so there's the pharmacy side. They compound their things. They have that stuff for you. They have wellness stuff and drinks and compounds and all of that.
And if it's something where you're like, this weird thing is happening to me, you
Yeah.
can talk to them
Oh.
about it, and they're like, oh, maybe you need this
Correct.
natural supplement for your liver.
Yes. You've been drinking too much. Here's a liver detox. So they have those for you. But then there's also the really neat books like coffee table books,
Oh.
recipe books. They have, and it changes out. They have plants there you can buy. They have really pretty like plants and flowers.
Huh.
They have decor like neat pillows and decorative things. They have baby section. They have like kitchen towels. They have jewelry.
I love jewelry.
So there's that whole section.
Okay.
And then you walk a little further and now you're into like athletic gear. It's the place in Great Falls that sells Lululemon. If you're into that type of athletic gear, they also sell other athletic gear there.
And folks, when Shannon says athletic, if that's scaring you off, it
Oh.
can also be loungewear.
Correct.
You can wear it any way you want.
A casual, comfortable wear that if you sweat, it's great. If you just sit in it, that's great too.
Yep.
Yes. So there's that whole section. And then there's a yoga studio where you can drop in and pay per class as well. So it's just a really fun spot. Oh, they also have they have live. That sounds like I'm going to talk about an animal. They have like fresh lavender that is like shipped in from lavender
Oh.
farms. It's wrapped really nicely, like
Yes.
a
bouquet.
yeah. So and those are fun. They get like that type of thing in.
They also
Yes.
have really great events. So they just
They
had
do,
the
yes.
women's fair,
Mhm.
which was in their parking lot. And people, their building is gorgeous.
It is. It's a brand new building.
So pretty. Just on the outside, if you were to stare at it, you'd be like, I want to go in there.
Right. It's not like your standard, like, oh, that's a pharmacy. Yes, it looks inviting. So that's a fun spot if you're just looking for a unique gift, or you're wanting a supplement, or maybe some loungewear. I mean, it's just a fun spot to go. I enjoy it for myself, but it's also another spot where I go when I'm looking for gift options that are fun or unique or just really nice. Yeah.
Another place that has kind of unique things and some Montana stuff is the Gittin store.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a kitty corner from the C.M. Russell Museum.
That's right.
So a little bit different location for shopping. It's kind of a destination location. You have to be going there.
Yes.
But the history of that building, I'm not going to ruin it for you.
Okay.
Talk to Kimberly when you go there.
Okay.
Ask her about that building. Ask her about the history of it. Long time ago, my friend James Parker Shield used to operate Native Montana magazine out of there.
Oh, really?
And some other programs that he ran, but he doesn't do that anymore there.
Okay.
And Kimberly is there now. She has a lot of Great Falls t-shirts, Great Falls stuff. Really nice little spot. Welcoming, nice people, great stuff.
And like you said, it is a destination spot that you'd have to be looking for. But if you're going to the C.M. Russell Museum, very easy to get there as well.
And did I mention the gift shop at the C.M. Russell Museum?
No, this is a whole other realm of things.
I've been wanting to get there for a couple of days. One day, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get my water bottle.
Oh, yes. So there's, it's an insulated, nice water bottle that has the beautiful Russell logo on the outside. She's been eyeing that for a while.
I have one in my office, but
it's
I'm such a good, morally upstanding,
a giveaway item.
I
told you I won't tell if you keep it. You can be a walking advertisement for it that way.
I really could.
I'm just saying it would still go to good use.
We've talked a lot about clothes. And last episode, we talked about Pizzazz.
Yes.
And their food. One of the places I love to go is the Popcorn Kernel.
Oh, yes. That's it. I always just think of the commercials in my tasty.
He does a fantastic job with it. But what I love about it is it's balls. It's flavored popcorn. They've got amazing tins that you can get refilled when you're in town.
Flavor of the month all the time.
Yep. This month is French toast.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing.
It's phenomenal.
Is it? Wait, do you try it every month? Do you try whatever flavor of the month?
No.
Okay.
Good, because they have some flavors that they have black licorice.
Yeah.
As the October flavor of the month.
Which makes sense.
Now, there are some people that like it.
Yeah.
Like my mom.
Okay.
She loves black licorice. I am not a black licorice fan.
That's not my first choice.
Nope.
I get why it's October's.
It won't even
flavor.
be my final. It's never a choice for me.
Yeah. Don't they've had some that are like, I'm just totally making this up, but like hamburger and fries kind of flavors, or do they go that obscure?
Not that I know
I'm
of.
making that up then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're making that up.
Steak strips.
But they've got such a great variety. If you need a recommendation, I'm a Montana mix girl.
Okay.
And a cheesy kernel combo.
Ooh.
I love those two.
I could get on board with the cheesy one.
My husband really likes the caramel or caramel. Who knows what the proper way to say that is. Yeah. But then they do like specialty flavors. Like they do a butter pecan, which is pretty good during winter. And then when I was growing up, they used to do popcorn cakes.
Popcorn cakes?
Yep.
How did that work?
Well, let me tell you a little bit more background.
Okay.
They used to have cake walks during certain events at my school. And like it's like musical chairs, but you walk in a circle, and then if you stop, you get a cake. But then they'd also have cake drawings like at basketball games. And so like you'd buy a ticket, and if your number was drawn, you get a cake. Okay, so cakes are a big thing.
Small town
I would
Montana.
usually only ever buy or ask my mom to buy tickets for the cakes if there was a popcorn cake. And what it is like a a circle cake with the
Uh-huh.
hole cut out, like a
Okay.
bundt cake,
Oh, yeah.
but
not in the bundt shape.
not
Okay.
the flute side. Maybe like angel food cake.
Okay.
pan.
Okay.
And they're all stuffed in there, and they've got peanuts and M&Ms and stuff all stuffed in there, so that when you cut the popcorn cake, it becomes like a slice of, like a square popcorn ball.
Kind
But
of
then
like a
it's-
Rice Krispie texture, but
There you go.
ish.
But popcorn with M&Ms and peanuts in it.
is there a coating on the outside?
Yeah, like a popcorn ball coating.
Okay. Wow.
Sometimes it's marshmallowy, but most of the time it's corn syrupy.
Uh-huh.
And he has piece of cakes. So like the
Ooh.
popcorn cake, but just
Yeah.
the slice.
Nice.
A slice of
Nice. I've never heard of a popcorn cake.
cake.
No.
You haven't lived.
Now that I need to add that to my list.
I'm pretty sure it's not just unique to where I grew up.
Probably not.
Obviously, since
Probably
he's
not.
making them.
Right. So you can go get that a popcorn kernel. Okay. And popcorn kernel also makes specialty flavors and designs for different
Yep.
by designs I mean like colors and combos for varying events and sponsorships like the Shriners
Yep.
games. Mm-hmm.
They do a great job with that. So my recommendations, I told you
Mhm.
about the popcorn. When you can get the almond flavored popcorn ball,
Oh.
do that.
Okay.
And then anytime piece of cake.
Okay. I really want to try the cake option now.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's good. It's
Okay.
like a ball but square. There you go.
It's a square ball. Weird.
But I like that for gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I really like when you buy a tin, folks, because it forces you to have to come back and refill it.
Yes. So do that, please. Mhm.
That's my big
Come
thought
refill the tin.
process in
Yes.
there. Which is not necessarily like a shopping experience, more like a stop and get, but you have to shop in order
Mhm.
to get the things there.
Well, and you get that for your fuel for your other shopping excursions.
True. A nice
Mhm.
little stop. It's
Yeah.
on 9th Street. So
Uh-huh,
another
it's on
destination.
a main kind of thoroughfare. Yeah.
Another little destination location. You're not just going to walk around and happen into it,
Right.
which is just fine by me.
But it's also easy to get to.
Yeah. Other places you like to go shopping, Shannon?
I'm racking my brain because between the last episode and this episode,
Well,
I think
because
we've
we don't
covered a lot
want to
of them.
duplicate anything.
No, and there's so many things. Again, this could turn into like a 10 episode.
Well, and I don't want to jump into the museum gift stores because
yeah, I think we can do a whole other.
that's a
thing on
whole
that.
nother world.
Agreed.
Life in Bloom.
Yeah.
It's a flower shop.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, folks, this is my favorite thing to do. When I travel, maybe you're like me. Chances are not good that you're like me, but if you are, I like to go get some flowers for my room if I'm going to be in a hotel for a number of days.
I like that.
Just to kind of brighten it up,
Yeah.
feel
make
a
it
little
feel
more
fresh and homey.
homey.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes staying in a hotel isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Sure.
So I like to go get little fresh flowers
I
and
like
put them
that.
in.
Yeah.
In addition to that component at Life in Bloom, they've got amazing gifts.
They do.
And they
Yes.
feature a lot of either Great Falls artists or Montana artists, and they do a lot of collaboration, like pop-up shops and those type of things in their space.
And if you happen to be here too, this is something maybe you can add to your itinerary while you're here. They do classes. I did one with my mom last summer with Life in Bloom where we made, I forget what it was, but it was a summer inspired bouquet. You go in, they kind of teach you how to arrange, and then you get to take all that home.
Was it nerve-wracking? Because I've delved into the creative arts a few different times.
Uh-huh.
And it's never really turned out well for me in the fact that I get overwhelmed
Yes.
because I want to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like junk.
That's my life in a nutshell. Yes. But it was the case with the flowers too, because I was like, oh, I can do this. I've arranged flowers. And then I mean, it was pretty when it was done, and it's no fault of my own but my own. I just looked, I was like, it's not as good as I wanted it to be. But that was just and it was perfectly beautiful. It was just like, oh, there's so many other things I could have done with this or cut them this way.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, those classes are fun because they provide you all of the things, and they give you your recommendations, and they'll walk around and you
Help
can
teach you.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Now, another place I like to go shopping,
Mm-hmm.
and I get this one's a little off the beaten path.
Okay.
The Goodwood guys.
Oh, yeah.
I am enamored with how beautiful their showroom is. The different types of wood, the different styles of wood.
Yes.
And a lot of it is sourced within this area.
Mm-hmm.
But then they make stuff with it too.
Yeah, and customizable orders.
So the big thing, let me tell you, Chris, who's one of the owners, phenomenal craftsman.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal. So he will make something and then put it on display in the store and be like, you can buy your wood and make this. Nope, I can't.
I want you to do that for
I'm
me.
unable to do that. I'm pretty sure if I were to make a table out of his wood,
It would not look
it would
like
not hold things.
Yeah.
But their little shop has charcuterie boards, which we've already acknowledged. I have an issue with boards. But then they have put it together yourself cutting boards. So like strips of wood that you can assemble, and they do that. They do some great project classes throughout the summer. You can learn how to make a lot of different things with wood, not just birdhouses. During the pandemic, they made walking sticks, or
that's cool.
AKA social distancing sticks. So you knew what 6 foot
that were
was.
6 feet. Yeah, there you go.
Stay
away
at the end of this. But they're very creative and absolutely amazing and knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of stuff these people know about wood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty incredible. And what woods can go together, how you can combine them, what's going to fuse together properly.
It's just awesome. And then if you need stuff to take care of your wood, they have that.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably my favorite partnership in town is they do coffee beans. You can buy Goodwood Guys coffee beans at Goodwood Guys that are roasted with their wood by Morning Light Coffee.
Really?
True story.
I did not know that. I was just going to think of Morning Light to stop there to get your coffee to go, your Charlie Russell blend. But that is interesting with their wood.
Great partnership.
Huh.
And then another unique feature, they're extremely dog friendly because Josephine is their puppy and she greets you at the door and she's so lovable.
What kind of dog is Josephine?
Chocolate lavish type.
That type, yeah. Ugh. Well, just that will have me going there.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to get greeted by a dog.
So they've got just tic-tac-toe boards have been there.
That's cool.
They've just got a unique variety. And it's usually the scrap woods, like the smaller stuff that can't be used for anything else. They're working on big projects or whatever it might be. They're using all of the wood.
Yes.
And then every now and again, they do an urban sawmill demonstration so that you can see how sawmill works.
Ooh, we need to know when the next one is happening.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
We have some content on our Facebook.
Okay.
A while ago.
Yeah.
Of that. So, and then the owners used to be teachers.
Oh, so
one of them. I think they both still are.
Okay.
Science, English.
Okay.
And I've asked Susan and Chris to come on board. Come do the podcast with us.
And bring a board.
And bring a board. Give me a board.
Yeah.
And talk about kind of what they do and how they do it and how they got started, what they sell, all that fun stuff. They're just fun
So we need to
folks.
follow up with them.
Yeah, and it's summer, so I'm hopeful.
They might be more available now.
Well, they've got grandkids and all this
schedule.
other crap that they...
Takes up time.
Man.
Come on.
That's what I tell you.
Okay, we'll reach back out. Hopefully we'll get them on this summer.
Continue. This has been a long years of process.
Okay.
Process.
The idea's been planted, so hopefully it will grow soon.
Yeah.
Any others?
I'm going to say we did a good job covering a lot this time.
We covered a lot. We went through, we got through far more than 5 this time. I wasn't counting, but we went more efficiently through them.
That was our goal, to
Yes.
kind of highlight some more of the things that you can shop for.
And
in our
again, that's
town.
just that's just
a
brushing the
smattering.
surface. Yeah. And we'll do one in the future about specifically the gift shops and the museums because
If we can get Christy Duff
my
on
gosh,
board,
that was
I would love to visit with her.
okay.
She's doing the gift shop at the C.M.
At
Russell
the Russell.
Museum.
Okay.
It's
We'll talk to
fun,
her.
fun stuff.
Really neat stuff. Again, for yourself, for gifts. The holidays are especially fun to go there.
And who doesn't want that iconic
Mhm.
logo of the skull on their stuff?
Rebecca does on her water bottle.
I do. So you're going to see me soon at the store.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that covers it.
Yeah.
I hope tomorrow, after I think back on this episode, I'll be a little more happy with the pace we took and the fun stuff we did this time. I got a little detoured last time because I just get excited.
Well, it's fun. Well, we both love our community and we love what people are doing here. And it's exciting to see people who are excited about their own work and what they're doing and to
Right.
be able to, I think too, some people are like, oh, there's nothing to shop here for. And you're like, well, wait a second. We just spent 2 hours scratching the surface of options.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing you have to remember is we do have big box.
Right.
We've mentioned that.
Mhm.
But we've also highlighted for you the small shops that you don't
And those are my favorites.
kind of reduce the fear for you of what
Mhm.
to experience when you walk in. It's
Yeah.
just, you're going to experience amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me set your expectations high for what's going to happen. And you're
Mhm.
going to find things that you love, quality items in an environment that is worth coming back to time and time again.
And there's no sales tax when you're here. So just a
Oh,
reminder.
Probably should have started with that. No sales tax,
Mhm.
no government tax, no nothing.
The price is what it is
If
listed
it says
on there.
$4.49, it's
You can
$4.49.
slap $5 down there and that will be just fine.
So, folks, we can't wait to have you here shopping, dining, doing events, doing our museums.
Mm-hmm.
We're at episode 130 something.
131 will be this one. Yes.
Obviously, when we can do a weekly podcast about everything,
Mm-hmm.
about the things that are in Great Falls, and we're at 131 episodes, there's
And we're not
obviously
done
more
yet.
stuff to do here
Yeah.
than you expected.
Absolutely.
So make your plans, and if you need help, we can help you. 406-761-4436. You know what? Rate, review, and subscribe to
Ooh.
this podcast.
Yes, we haven't plugged that in a while.
We're at 28,000 total downloads,
Mm-hmm.
which is a huge
It's
number,
exciting.
but nowhere near where we need to be to overtake Joe Rogan. Okay?
That is our goal.
Rate,
We're coming
review,
for you, Joe Rogan.
and subscribe to We're No Damn Experts.
Yeah.
Make us feel loved. Send us a
Yeah.
piece of information.
Yeah.
Send us some information at visitgreatfalls.org mail.
Or if you want us to talk about a certain topic, you have questions.
Yeah,
let us
like,
know.
hey, you guys haven't covered this thing.
Right.
Well,
Just tell
give
us.
it to us.
Yeah, we're always
We
looking for
could
that.
probably cover it either crappily
or with an expert.
yes,
Mhm.
those are our options.
As you've discovered, those are the options.
So until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, wonderful face here in our fabulous community, we hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family, wherever you might be. Bye-bye.
We're No Damn Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town.